So today's video is about welcome to another episode of the Who Would Win series. Today's battle is between the giant Moray eel and the great Barracuda. So let's get started. So the giant Moray eel can be up to 10 feet long and weigh to around 50 to 75 pounds. The Barracuda, on the other hand, can weigh up to 50 to 100 pounds. It could be up to 3 to 6 feet long. So the Barracuda is heavier, but the eel is longer. Who's faster? Barracuda is a lot faster than the eel. They're both tied when it comes to strength. I mean, come on, they're not the strongest fish in the sea. They're both really not that intelligent. They're both tied up. They're both tied when it comes to aggressiveness. Who's more aggressive? But in the end, I think the Barracuda is a little bit more aggressive. Moray eels, they're usually shy and they're pretty blind too, so they would just bite fingers. Because scuba divers, they feed Moray eels for like experiments and stuff, and some of them get their fingers bitten. But Barracuda, on the other hand, they could rip off a whole man's arm. If they're strong, if they're big and strong enough, they have the power to rip off a whole man's arm off. Yeah, that's impressive. Okay, defense goes to the Moray eel. Moray eel is a lot more slippery than the Barracuda. But the Barracuda has hook-like teeth, which are used to catching fish. So yeah, there's that. But the Moray eel is a lot more like agile. It can make. Yeah, you know what it's saying. It's like a snake. It can get to little crevices that the Barracuda can't go into. So yeah. Anyways, the Barracuda lives in around the Pacific Ocean and around the near Atlantic Ocean. Some around the Indian Ocean as well. While the giant Moray lives in those areas as well. So fight ding ding ding. This fight takes place near a coral reef. And both of these guys are fighting over territory and food. So a Barracuda just got done eating a mahi-mahi. And if you don't know what a mahi-mahi is, it's spelled M-A-H-I and then spell M-A-H-I again if you want to spell it mahi-mahi. And the Barracuda's still eating it. But then the rest of his meal gets snatched out of his mouth by none other than a Moray eel. The Barracuda is pissed and tries to bite at the eel but misses. And the eel bites the Barracuda's tail, like right here. The Barracuda makes a sharp turn and bites the Moray's like tail, I guess, because it's just one long body tail. I don't know. Now it's just like this freaking yin yang, and they're freaking circling around like a Beyblade. Eventually, they both let go. But the Barracuda is still hungry and rushes towards the eel. He sinks his teeth. He manages to bite the eel's body and thrashes. The eel constricts the Barracuda and starts biting. Now, if you don't know, the eel's mouth has like the second mouth in it too, like the second pair of jaws, like a freaking xenomorph. It has a second pair of jaws. Now, it just makes prey harder to escape from the grasp of the eel. Yeah, but anyways, the much more faster Barracuda just keeps biting the eel. But eventually, the eel lands a goal spot. It bites the Barracuda's face. Like this area right here. This makes the Barracuda blind because, I mean, the eel hasn't bitten off the Barracuda's face or eyes yet, but it's like this area right here. Like I'll show you. Like this. This little area. This little area. Like right there. Yeah, but anyway, I continue. Now, Barracuda can't really bite as well. It's not as accurate when it comes to bites. The eel just keeps biting down harder and harder. But the Barracuda has one last ditch effort attack. He makes this sharp. He like shakes his head around, then quickly turns around and bites the. One last ditch effort and freaking bites this area right here. He bites that tail off of the Moray eel. This makes the Moray eel let go of the Barracuda, and it makes him try to swim away. The Barracuda is finally free and gobbles up that ripped off part. But then the Barracuda chases after the eel. The eel can't swim as well, and he just dies of blood loss. And because, water enters into his body, and he just basically drowns himself. And when the Barracuda gets the eel, he just freaking shakes him around and eats him. The winner is the Great Barracuda. So who do I think I would win? I think the Barracuda or the species we're using, the Great Barracuda, would win 65% of the time. The Barracuda is not really the strongest fish, but it isn't the weakest as well. And so is the Moray eel. The Moray eel may be a lot bigger than the Barracuda, but it just doesn't really have the weapons to take down the Barracuda. I mean, sure he has, but like it's not really like he doesn't know how to use them because it's blind. I mean, he's not totally blind. He can still see, but not as well as the Barracuda. But that's just my opinion. Who do you think would win if a Great Barracuda fought a giant Moray eel? Let me know down in the comments. Subscribe, like, put on the notification bell. Click the notification bell so you won't miss any videos. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.